Good morning, children. I'm back again with another chapter from the book Snapshot, The Address by Marga Minko. Again, this is a true experience of the narrator in the story. It is a heart touching story of a daughter who has lost her mother during the war in Holland. So now the war was over, and one fine day she happens to long for the belongings of her mom, and so she hunts around for an address, that is the 46 Marconi Street, where Mrs. Lawling happened to stay. Mrs. Dorling was an old acquaintance of her mother who used to frequently come and have a visit to her mom. And she used to draw away the things in the name of keeping it safely. She asked her mom that she would keep all the things safely with her, and as the war will be over, she can take her things back. So the mother gave a silent consent in the name of being the things in the safe hands. And she thought that who in today's time happens to take such a risk to draw away the things along with her. So one day when the daughter happens to pay a visit to her home, the mother, she saw this lady with her mother, and the mother happens to introduce Mrs. Dorling to her daughter. And then as the lady leaves with the things along with her, the mother happens to say about the address where she resides. It was 46 Marconi Street. Now, this girl, after the war, when she was very much pained with her belongings, she happened to hunt around this address and finally reaches to this lady, that is Mrs. Dorling. And as she knocks the door, the lady opens the door and was surprised to see her alive. And she did not even welcome her in. She partially opened the door and asked her to come again another time as she was busy today. So when the daughter returned back to the station and boarded in the train, the flashback of the story during the pre-war starts. She remembers that how she happens to meet her and what all she came to know about her. It was the only address which the mother talked about, this lady. Now, after a few days again, when the girl was again pained with the belongings, the memories and all, she again reaches that very address. And today, when she reached second time, the Mrs. Dorling wasn't at home. It was her daughter, a 15-year-old girl, who happened to welcome her in and made her sit in the living room. As Marga sat in the living room, she just happened to look around and she saw an iron Hanukkah candle holder which was kept next to the mirror was theirs. The few antique pieces which were kept in the living room was also theirs. Even the woolen tablecloth which was spread on the table was theirs because it had a burnt mark on it and which was never ever repaired. And finally, this girl happened to find that cloth with the hole. Now she was very much sure that the entire house and the things which were kept the entire house was decorated with the things which were kept in the room of theirs. So she was very much pained but did not utter a word. In the meantime, the daughter of Mrs. Dorling happens to bring the tea. And even the tea was in the same tea set which was of narrators. And the cutlery kept beside was also theirs because it was of silver. And all the memories started clicking her mind, and she was rather oppressed by the memories and was very much pained to see it kept so untidily with ugly furniture and muggy smell. With a heavy heart, she was too much disturbed and decided not to be with the things. She did not want to be with the things because this pained her memories and her too much. So finally she resolved and decided that she would not ever come again back to this address as it was rupturing her good memories in the mind, and she was happy with the memories which were of good times. And the lady, that is the narrator, finally decides that she needs to move on in life, and unless and until she is away from the memories of the war and her mom and the things, she would never be able to move on in life. So she finally resolves that she will not come back for these things because things doesn't matter. It was the individuals, the personality which mattered, and her mom was always alive in her heart. When she was not able to save her mom, and for what is she running behind the belongings? So there was no point. It was pointless running behind the materials which were left behind of her mom's. So finally, she gets out of the house and doesn't even turn back to see it again. So this is the story we address, children, and I would like you to go again through the chapter, read the chapter, find out the meanings, and soon I'll be loading the questions in the group. And be prepared with your answers. Prepare your good notes, and later we'll be doing the corrections when we meet. Thank you.